Hey, this is Dan Kidder with Sportsman's Warehouse. I am a firearms instructor and have been teaching for almost 30 years. One of the biggest issues that we see with new students coming into one of our combat handgun classes is the ability to properly draw and present the gun. So I'm going to go ahead and use a cleared firearm. Okay, it's already been checked, no rounds in there. But for practicing, I'm going to cock it almost like I would for dry firing. And the proper technique to draw and present your firearm, especially if you're in a combat handgun class, is a 5-step process. The number one thing that you need to get is a proper grip. Grip is the most important of all of the fundamentals to get good accuracy and good control. So as you go to draw, you're going to come to a high pectoral index with your cover garment right up here. That does two things. One, it clears the gun so that you can grab it. But two, it gets this hand out of the way so you're not muzzling your hand as you draw that gun. So it brings it in close to your body. So you're going to get into your proper stance. In this case, I'm using an isosceles, but you can do it with a Weaver stance as well. You're going to come to that high pectoral index and you're going to get a good master grip on your gun. If you don't have a good grip already, and you don't know how to do a grip, we did a video on the proper handgun grip, and you can watch that by clicking up here or at the link in the comments below. So as you bring that up to your high pectoral index and you grab that gun in a high master grip, that's the grip that you're going to hold when you're shooting it. So you want your hand high up on the back strap, your fingers wrapped around, your trigger finger right here alongside the side, indexed, so it's not on the trigger and getting into the trigger as you draw. My carry technique, and this is going to vary depending on how you carry, but my carry technique is what they call inside the waistband appendix carry, or appendix inside the waistband, AIWB. So high pectoral index, master grip. That's your first step, okay? Grip. Your second is draw. You're going to pull that gun straight up, and that's going to be the same if it's over here. It's going to come straight up. This hand is still here at your center, holding onto your garment. At that point, you're going to rotate your elbow down, and it's the same if it's here. Rotate your elbow down and join. Rotate and join at one time. Then you're going to press. As you press, that's where my finger is going to move to that trigger. I'm going to come out and begin prepping that trigger. Prepping that trigger means that I'm pulling the trigger just to the point where it hits the wall, where it wants to stop. I'm not continuing it until it fires, but I'm just going to that wall. And you can practice that with an unloaded gun, just coming to that wall. Okay? So let me go back over it again. High pectoral index grip, draw, rotate and join, press out, coming to the trigger, get your sights, fire. To reverse it, you always want to look your gun into your holster. If it's not safe to take your eyes off the threat, then it's not safe to put your gun away. Look into your holster, make sure there's no clothing down in the way that can catch on that trigger and fire the gun. A shell casing could be in there. You want to make sure it's clear. Look down in there and put it away. You just reverse those steps. So high pectoral index, grip, draw, rotate and join, press out, sight alignment, fire. That's cocking. Okay? Don't go for speed. Go for smoothness. The speed will come naturally. High pectoral index, grip, draw, rotate and join, push out, finger comes to the trigger, sights get on the target, and fire. High pectoral index, grip, draw, rotate and join, press out, get your sights on the target, fire, and then to reverse it and put it away, finger comes off the trigger alongside the slide in that index position. You come back to the body, get your cover garment back out of the way, rotate, look into the holster, and put it away. All right, now we're going to do that with some live fire. That was 2 seconds. No, 1.87. Getting a little bit faster, but again, speed is not the goal, smoothness is the goal. And if I totally miss the target, none of those fast seconds count. .65, moving toward that goal. I flubbed that one, I felt it. 1.81. Okay, so I put on a duty rig. So there's some things to keep in mind depending on the method that you use to carry. If you have any kind of retention on your holster, you're gonna have to disengage that. So this one you gotta flip over and you gotta turn the gun in and draw. So that's going to slow down your draw time and you need to practice through that. Ah, see? That's a stiff little sucker. Again, look it in. That took me 3 seconds. .47 seconds. I gotta practice with this duty rig a little bit more. So I'm just gonna take the timer out of the equation. I'm just gonna practice. See, if you just pull straight up, not coming out. You got to twist on this holster. Good old retention holsters. I don't have my keepers on either. Part of the problem is the beaver tail on this gets right in the way of where my snap is. So I gotta train for that. I gotta learn to come over it. And so on and so forth. So that's the same for an outside the waistband, strong side carry. If you're gonna do a cross draw, what you're gonna have to do is you reach across your body. So do your high pectoral index first if you're under a shirt, or open your jacket if you're under a jacket. Then come out. Now see where the gun's pointing, I don't like that. Come out, rotate, join, and push. So I'm going to show you why this is so important. I used to be a range officer at the NRA headquarters range, and almost every week that I worked, we had to shut the range down, ceasefire, so somebody could go downrange and get the gun that they had bowled down the range. So I'm going to show you what that looks like. So for those who do outside the waistband, strong side, okay, you're going to reach across and pull up under your armpit. You can still usually get it out of the way with that high pectoral index, but you might need to be a little bit farther over or you can't get a grip on that gun. You can also pull up in the bottom of the holster and catch. So if you come over just a little bit, the other thing some guys teach to do is the lean and draw, okay? This is a retention holster. So what I was talking about bowling the gun, people would do this. They would sweep as they drew. They would come up like this, and sometimes they would catch on their holster and the gun would go flying. That's why I'm doing it with a dummy gun. So if you bowl different styles of holsters and different types of retention. So here I've got a revolver from my Ruger GP100, okay? And I think this one is a Galco, and it's got a thumb snap, a breakaway. And again, that's going to affect how you draw. So I can do the lean, snap, pull straight up, rotate, push out, and come back. Look it into the holster. I might have to split it open. I don't want to split it open first before I get my gun down here, or I'm muzzling my hand. So I'm gonna start the muzzle in, split it open, press it in. Wrap my snap, hang up on something. And snap it back in. Just like that. When you talk about the 6 fundamentals of pistol shooting, drawing your pistol isn't one of them, but you can't shoot the gun unless you get it out of the holster safely. Sportsman's Warehouse has a wide selection of holsters for your concealed carry needs. You can check them out at Sportsman's Warehouse stores or online at sportsmans.com. Be safe, shoot straight, and have fun.